What's up, world? We back with some brand new MBTV. It's all about growth today. On the couch, I got a special guest as always, a hip-hop veteran in this field, D-Block's own Snyp Life.
What's up, my brother? What's
Blessed.
going on with you?
I'm blessed, man. How
Appreciate
you
y'all having me here, man. Dope setup. And you always come with the authentic.
Yeah, 100%.
So I had to come check back in with you.
Yes,
you
yes.
already
This
know.
Snyp has definitely been on the show before. We got in studio from him. Good sit down one-on-one. Sky
Yes,
handled
sir.
it that
Yes,
time.
sir.
We was filming in the Bronx. A lot of growth now. Right now, you know, we up in the spot in the mall. You know what I
Right
mean? So
on,
just
right
moving. I want to get right to it. I got a couple questions before we start on the project.
Yeah.
When you say 354, explain that to me. What is that?
354 is actually it's my neighborhood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like a building?
It is a building. It's
Gotcha.
an address to the building where
Gotcha.
I grew up at, where the music started for us at, where I was a shorty rapping with the Locks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Before y'all knew them as the Locks, 354 was kind of like the headquarters.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So I just actually incorporated it into a company.
I figured that.
But yeah.
I figured that that's what it was. I
Yeah.
just didn't want to. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, the
clarify
backdrop.
that.
Yeah, that's my building. It's my hood. You know
All
what I'm saying?
Got you. All right, now you got a new project out. You consider it a mixtape or you consider it?
You know what's crazy? I consider it a mixtape that was transformed into a revamped album. So it's basically an album with a mixtape feel.
Yeah.
Something that I feel like the game been missing, and I feel it's a trend because it gave me an opportunity to reintroduce my catalog to our current fans, you know, and as well as my core fans that been following my journey, that may have been around me or heard of me through the mixtape era. This was actually my favorite mixtape.
Nice.
Out of all the mixtapes that I ever done,
Nice.
New York 90's was my favorite, and I always wanted to convert it into an album.
Got you.
Know what I'm
Got you.
saying?
So
Word.
now, all right. So basically, do you feel like once you upload it to DSPs, it makes it an album?
I mean, it makes it a project. I mean, album could be debatable depending on who's listening. You know what I mean? But
It has a couple of remakes to some
Yeah,
classic
yep,
beats on
yep,
it.
yep,
How
yep.
many different producers?
I actually had one main producer kind of remaster and reproduce a lot of the records. The ill thing is that you may hear records on there that sound like records that I freestyled over, but I actually have a producer. Shout out my guy DJ M80. He actually reproduced. He replayed all of that shit. Know what I
Fire.
mean? So yeah. So again, because you know, for legal reasons,
Yeah,
you know, you got to be
100%.
cautious with copyright and shit like that. So we replayed everything.
Fire.
And we left the cuts. We left the original cuts
Gotcha.
and the scratches
Gotcha.
and the interludes and shit like that. So
Gotcha.
yeah, for sure.
All right, now it's on Spotify right now. I know you told me you was waiting on Apple to
Yeah,
drop it.
absolutely.
It has 2 joints with Styles, 1 joint with the complete locks, a joint with Jada, and Dice Payne.
My brothers.
That's your brother. Dice Payne is D Block as well.
Dice Payne is D Block.
So the only no Mox.
Not on this one. Mox was just on my last one
Okay.
though. Ingenuity Part 2.
Got you.
We had a big record actually. That record got turned into a remix and we added Sheik Luch on that. So
Nice.
Mox that's my brother though. This was something that was part of my catalog. So
Okay.
this was, you know, I kind of came before them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
100%.
I was doing the mixtape game. That's how I got my name. So those guys wasn't really around at that time
Hear
for
you.
that. So,
Hear you.
but again,
Is that the complete D Block? Mox, Dice, you.
I mean,
Is there other
no. I
artists in
mean,
it?
my brother Raw Buck. You know what
Raw
I'm saying?
Buck.
My brother Raw Buck is one of the original. You know, when I say original D Block to me is the No Security album.
Okay.
So, because that was my introduction as a D Block MC. Because prior to that, it was just 354.
Gotcha.
And it was the mixtape and DVD era. So I made a name. I mean, I was getting features from 354 before I ever stepped into D Block. D Block, that's my home. Like it's not really like a rap label to me. It was more like a brotherhood, it's a
Yes,
culture.
yes.
You know what I mean? But when I say the original, you know, those were the first MCs that they introduced since the J Hood era. Because you know, J Hood was the first D Block member, period. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But after that, the first MCs that they introduced was us. You know what I mean? And again, I already kind of had a name. This just helped catapult what I was doing, obviously.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I would like to mention Raw Buck because Raw Buck was on the No Security album, but at that time, unfortunately, he caught a case and you know, he went away for some time. And I was repping him the whole time he was gone. You know, he had a life bid. I don't want to tell too much of a story. It's my brother, though, but he had a life bid, and he was able to, by the grace of God, give it back. So Raw Buck is back home now. You know what I mean? But he's definitely the part of the original Stamp. And Mox, we all from the town. Like, we all grew up. We all been around each other. So Mox been around. I could look back from far I could remember, like, videos of shows. Mox was always there.
Gotcha.
So, you know what I mean? And, again, Dice Payne and my brother Dazel, they come, like, as a pair. You know what I mean? Because Dazel was, like, one of the illest. He's one of the illest producer engineers that I've met. You know what I mean? During my whole journey. So, Dazel and Dice are related. And Dice is more like, he's a jack of all trades. I really like him when he's doing his R&B, you know, thing, because he's a singer.
R&B producer.
Yeah, but he's ill. He got bars. He can sing, you know, whatever.
Artistry.
You know, but we all, you know, I consider them all my brothers, because then, you know, you got the Nino Mans, you got Millies. They not necessarily D-Block, but they family because they so raspy. Yeah, and it's all family. So you know, D Jones, it's a crew of heat spitters. You know what I mean?
Before we go by, I heard you just mention hood.
Yeah.
And you know, people make mistakes when they're young.
Right.
And I feel like if we ask J Hood and he's honest, he'd probably be like, it's a mistake. Maybe.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But as adults, do you ever like check in, just, you know, on a man-to-man? When the last time you spoke to him?
I actually haven't spoke to Hood in a while, but we definitely have spoken. I don't got nothing against Hood. Like, that was before my time. Like, he's in my videos when I was doing 354. He's in my shit. We always interacted. Excuse me. You know, I try not to put too much of my own 2 cents into whatever happened, because I wasn't there for that.
Gotcha.
But I speak on what I know, what I was around for. But you could just look for obvious reasons. Anybody that grows up and looks back on certain situations probably wish they would have did certain things better.
Differently.
Obviously, you know what I mean? But exactly. There's no harm lost. He came by the studio, you know, since that situation.
Okay.
And again, this is old shit, but you know, he came by, he spoke to the guys. It's all love.
Well, that's beautiful.
You know, everybody go through different shit at different times.
Mind frame.
You know what I mean? And again, when you say you grow up, because you know he was young.
He was young, exactly.
He was a little homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he younger than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's definitely young.
Definitely. I'll never shy away from that type of statement that I made. Like, he was the first D-Block member. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But we all in the dope space right now. Everybody in a good space. I wouldn't see him and be mad, like, to do something to him or something. We ain't on that type of time.
Got you. Now, you said it's a brotherhood.
Absolutely.
All right, so you brothers with someone that could say top 5, and that's the slogan, top 5 dead or alive, and the majority of hip hop is gonna say no, he's definitely top 5.
That's a fact.
And if we say in New York, it's like it's not even a question, right?
Facts.
All right, now approaching him from a record, like, how does that go? Is there a certain amount, like, yo, you get 1 a year? You know what I mean? Like, how that go, 1 per season? Is it like, yo, as long as I like the record?
I think it depends. You know, it depends the situation. It depends the record. Depends the space that you catch him in. You know what I mean? You know, he's always being pulled in different directions for so much shit. But he always catered to the home team, though. That's one thing about all 3 of them. You know what I mean? They all cater to the home team. And I don't got to be around them every day. Like, I don't got to see them. I don't got to be around. Like, the loyalty and integrity, that's things that I pride myself on. So, no matter where I'm at in the world, they already know how I keep it. So, when I do come, and I don't try to be on them as much, because I know they being pulled. But I could honestly say, which is why, you know, I always say the Locks, they did what they were supposed to do for us, and they don't owe us nothing, because anytime I make that phone call, I don't never have an issue with that. It depends on the timing. I might get it in 2 days, I might get it in 2 weeks, or it might take 2 months. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna definitely get it. And I mean, you just gotta catch them. You know, and they all 3 is the same way. Like, you know, I think maybe if you look at all 3. And I put them in order. I'll say Luch is the fastest.
Luch is gonna
get it right back to you. Styles is tricky. That's the GOAT. So he won't even say nothing. Like, I've sent the records, he won't even tell me. I didn't even get a response.
But it'll land
out of nowhere. It'll be like 2 in the morning. yo, the email. Oh shit, yo, he sent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And then
that's
Kiss
dope.
probably be the third because he's shitting out verses all day. You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
In your opinion, because
Yeah.
I watch the podcast they got with the three black dudes and the two Jews.
Oh, that's
joint,
fire.
right?
Super dope.
And
Yep.
I never expected Sheik. To me, Sheik the funniest dude in the group. His jokes, he witty with his jokes. Who do you feel is like the funniest? Because I could easily see y'all growing up snapping on each other. You know what I mean? That type of
we've
energy.
all
But
done that.
You agree with that? Sheik the funniest in the crew?
Him and Kiss is neck to neck.
Him and Kiss neck to neck.
Because Kiss
funny.
is a funny nigga too.
How do you feel about the podcast space, especially with Jada now having it with Joe as well, and that's really taking off?
I mean, that's a testament to show you about evolution, man. Like we evolving. The podcast was something that slowly, made its way onto us, and it's like replacing like the go-to source, like for info. Like when we used to turn on the radio, we would hear all the different segments, sports, politics. Now you get that right on the podcast, and I think it's dope because it's just flowing in the direction of where we see the culture going. Everything is mostly digitized now, so you know what I mean. The podcast is playing a major part in that role because a lot of people ain't listening to the radio as much.
How often do you actually listen to the radio? I only listen to the radio when I'm in the car driving home.
I never listen to the radio.
Never listen to the radio.
I mean, this is in the past, for like the past few years, like.
Was it the streaming space that changed it, or was it just DJs playing the same thing over? What made you
I think it's a
bridge
combination.
away?
It's a combination. Rest in peace, K. Slay. We lost K. Slay. I used to always listen to Slay at night. He always gave everybody a shot. You know what I mean? So,
on the platform,
I mean, for me, it's just like for me myself, I'm always listening to like old shit, like old school. You know what I mean? Maybe late 90s, early 2000s music, and you don't get a lot of that on the radio.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Now, your name of your project is NY 90's, 90's NY. 90's NY or NY 90's?
New York 90s.
New York 90's.
Yes, sir.
In your own opinion, what is the New York sound?
It's our sound.
It's your sound.
It's our sound. It's the lock sound. It's D-block sound.
And what makes a rapper a good rapper, in your opinion?
Lyricism, consistency and lyricism, because anybody could be a rapper, because anybody could make words rhyme. But if you can't make words rhyme to the effect of where we got to pull it back to catch what you said, or if your bounce is just basic and we ain't really paying attention. But if your bounce is like you notice like Styles, he got like a bounce and a half. Like, cause sometimes his thing will go over, and then it'll rhyme on every other. It's just how you play. It's just how you play with it. Lyricism, like Nas, like you know what I'm saying. Jay-Z, like the way they play with the lyrics, and they able to jump out, jump back. You know what I mean, and make it sound dope. That's what I consider more of the like, cause it's a difference. You MCing or you rapping, and we do a whole lot of MCing.
What
That's where we come
what
from.
about the actual truth telling within it?
I mean,
can an artist still be dope, and if you don't believe him?
I mean,
or is it mandatory that you got to believe him?
99% of what we hearing, I ain't jacking it. Like, it sound entertaining and it sound cool. It's a few real ones, you know what I mean? And I ain't going to get into the details of all that, but you know who the real ones is. And even the ones that's fabricating, they big stars. Y'all know them. If y'all believe in everything y'all hearing, then y'all out of y'all minds, because 95% of it is fabricated. You know what I mean? And that's the difference with my career. Like, I never really tried to, and that's why I distinguish myself as an MC, because it's a million rappers. So the thing about me, about Snyp Life, is that I always hid from the cameras a lot because I really was involved with it. I'm not active, so let me just put that as a disclaimer. I'm not
look at
active.
that one right there. Look.
I'm not active.
Not active.
I'm chilling. I'm OG now. Know what I'm saying? I'm out the way. I'm just handling my business. But yeah, when I was coming through this D-block thing, like, I really lived a certain lifestyle. So that kind of hindered my status to move forward, because you know, I was involved with stuff that I was conscious that would catch up to me if I played the cameras too much.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got
So,
and
you
now
know,
everything's recorded.
now everything is, yeah, it's like when I grew up, the older dudes used to tell us like, yo, y'all making it hot, chill. Like they always just say that. So like cats like me, we grew up thinking like, yo, don't make it hot, like be low key. Like, but now making it hot is the thing. Like you gotta make it hot to get traction.
Documented.
Yeah, they want you to, they want to see you acting a fool. They want to see you act. And you notice that's the type of stuff that go viral. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
The real stuff don't go viral like it should be. The jewels, the knowledge,
Not at all.
Black history, like we talking about certain stuff in our music.
Now that we're talking about that a little bit, let me ask you, I want to ask you a couple social media questions, right? We all got people that we follow, right? How do you, when you see some bullshit, unfollow or mute people?
If I see too much, if I see too much of it, I'm definitely unfollowing. Cause I don't want to see like a lot of weird or wing shit on my timeline. Like after a while, like I give everybody opportunity, like you know what I'm saying? But if I start seeing too much like bullshit, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
When you say bullshit, you mean like they showing off their sneaker collection or they just talking
the stuff
too much
that don't
bullshit?
if it don't interest me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm the type of guy, I'm not interested in nothing really. So like I'm very shallow with like a lot of stuff. And I still keep like I try to separate like a lot of my you'll probably see more of my personal life in real time in my stories than what I post.
I did see that you just took the family.
Yeah.
I was in Disneyland.
Yeah, facts.
Beautiful. Be able to pull up, take the family.
Yeah, took the family to Disney World. You know what I'm saying? The kids had a blast. I was just chilling, just enjoying watching them have a good time. You know what I mean? And that's like, I'm a family first type of guy. 100%. So, like, that's the type of stuff that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, my son, he's 19 now, living with autism. You know what I mean? Nonverbal. And
you see the smile on his face, the happiness in his eyes.
That's the stuff that matters to me, that makes that motivates me. You know what I mean? That's the stuff I like to brag about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's not easy when you let people into your life. You know what I mean? And your lifestyle, and you got to take everything that come with it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's like really where I would display a lot of my day-to-day stuff. Never like in real time. It's too much going on. And I come from a certain lifestyle, so I know better. Yeah. You know what I mean? God bless the ones we lost, but a lot of that was tied to, you know, showing off on social media, dropping addies and where you at and all that. Like, you can't be doing that. Oh, y'all young MCs, stop doing that in real time. You know what I mean? If I show you where I was at, that means I left already. You know what I'm saying?
That's
real talk.
100% real. Now, as far as the project is, what's next? Are you planning on touring, running around?
Yeah, I'm setting up a promo run. I'm actually gonna start in Florida. We're gonna start in Florida, work our way up. Got a couple of dope opportunities that I'm gonna take advantage of. Just a nice press run for the New York 90's project. You know what's crazy is that I took the same format 3 months prior, and I dropped another mixtape that I converted to an album called Bookie Bars, which also already is over 500,000 streams. And again, these are 3 months apart. And I'm just I know this is gonna kind of set a trend, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of dope MCs or even the legends in the game that got catalogs that need to be reintroduced. It's like a classroom. The classroom passes on, a new classroom comes in. They might not be as privy to your stuff like the previous class was.
Gotcha.
And they rock with you though. They rock with you. So it's like, oh, let me show y'all this, because that's one thing I always prided myself on. A lot of these MCs or these rappers, they come out, they got that big hit record. And then as a fan, you listen, oh, this is fire, yo, who's this kid? And then you go digging.
Yeah, you go check that.
They don't got nothing. They don't got a catalog.
Got you.
So it's like, you know, you want to make sure that you give everybody fresh ears a chance to hear and catch up to speed with where you at. And then with that, they appreciate you more. Like, damn, I didn't know he been putting it down that long.
Yeah,
you know
and then I feel like people promote for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then just fall back off of it.
Yeah.
And there's so many people out here that haven't experienced. I said that to Cortez earlier. You know, Enough left Hot 97. Cortez bust out a clip of him being interviewed. And I told him, I was like, yo, Brooklyn, like, I never even seen this interview. Like, these moments need more light. Because sometimes people see you in these moments and make them believe even more.
But, you know, in fairness to that, like, with artists, like, we be so much trying to get the next thing. Like, like that's a thing. All right, cool. We post it. but we trying to stay consistent. So with consistency, yeah, that comes with you like maybe not giving it the extra leg that some people might feel. That happens to me. People I run into, they telling me about projects like, man, that shit was old, dog, and they love it. Like, dog, this is my family. I'm like, man, that shit old, dog. I'm over here now. So I understand that, but that's just the haste. And I always tell people, never forget to take a step back and appreciate how far you come, because we always trying to get the next thing. You know what I mean? That we lose sight of that sometimes. And then sometimes you appreciate yourself.
More,
you know what I mean? To see like,
back,
damn, like, you know, and like the fans likewise, they appreciate you more. Like, damn, you've been putting it out. This ain't no fluke. This is not a gimmick. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I wrote my first rhyme at 9 years old. I had my first deal at 13, 14 years old.
Speak on that.
We had a crew in Yonkers called Doom Entertainment in the 90's, which was basically equivalent to the Wu-Tang. We was like 30 deep.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? And we was all under one umbrella. Some of us were crews, some of us were soloists. And that whole era with, you know, Death Row East, we had a lot of politics with that. Harv Pierre, Young Lord, that's my guy. Young Lord is one of the hitmen, you know, with Bad Boy. He did the Big Pun, It's So Hard record.
Gotcha.
But these were guys, we was kids, we was recording, working with them. We were too young to sign a contract, but we was in there, we was rocking, we was shooting videos, and you know, that was a dope experience for us coming up in the game, because a lot of those cats end up being somebody. You know, and we rubbed shoulders with them.
Do you write or you off top?
I don't write rhymes.
Just straight off top.
I know it sounds.
Punches?
I know it's a no. We don't. I don't punch.
No punches.
We don't. That's a D Block thing. We don't do punches.
Oh man.
And what's crazy is that because it sounds cliche. Like you hear a lot of rappers, but dog, I have not written a rhyme in over 15 years.
Do you walk around thinking of the rhyme in your mind, the sentence here, sentence there? And
I mean, I'm a sad. So
and then you go in the studio prepared, or are you straight up going? I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It depends. It depends. I've done both. Like people, you know, the features that I've received, that I'm blessed to have people that want to pay me to do records with them. They were intrigued enough to like, yo, I got to come to the studio and see this for myself. And you know, time and time again, I show you what it is. So it depends. Sometimes if I have the music already, like literally right now, I have a record. I have 32 bars in my head from a record that I put together. I never wrote it. It's just there. Yeah. So when it's time, I'll just go do it. Gotcha. But sometimes I'll sit and we'll create from scratch. Just play the beat. I mean, I've done that with Styles. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like literally. There's a record called Discipline. You guys could look it up. It's called Discipline, produced by Vinny Idol, who was one of our biggest records coming out. And yeah, that was a record Styles went to sleep on. He wrote his rhyme in his sleep. He popped up. I swear, Kiss said it in an interview.
I seen him on the joint talk about Styles. I was asleep in the studio, wake up and just have a rhyme.
I was sitting right here. You hear me, bro? I was sitting right here. He stretched out. We on the couch like this. He stretched out, hoodie on. We playing the beats. I kept telling him, because it was like 40, 50 beats. But the beat kept talking to me. That the piano was an ill piano in the beginning. I kept tapping, yo, Pete, this is the beat. He's like, all right, let's hear the rest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, slow down, young fella. Like, we on 20-something. I'm going back. It's the third beat. So once we settle, all right. So for ladies and gentlemen, for that record, Discipline, I am the reason why that record came out. Because I insisted on this particular beat. You know what I mean? And then he stretched out. He went to sleep. And next thing I know, he popped up. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. And then I went right behind him, as y'all see on the record and the video. I go right behind him because I was the only other person that didn't write. I didn't go to sleep. That's the next level. But everybody else in there was like this. Writing, pen, you know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting back like this, like, you know what I mean? Because I already knew what I was about to do. Yeah. But yeah, I've been doing this since I made my introduction into D-Block. So if you Google any of Snyp Life music, whether it was Kiss album, Styles, The Locks, anything you ever heard me on, I never wrote none of that shit.
Nice.
I promise you.
Respectable. All right, now speaking of P, P's in a lot of investments. He called himself Little Farmer. He got the black seed oil and all the health wise. He juice bar stuff. He just opened a new weed lounge. Mox is a person got the weed going, the strain. What about you? What investments on that type of stuff? You thinking about anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, those. I've been offered to do collabs on strains, but you know, I'm like a weed connoisseur, and I didn't want to put my name just to anything. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I had a few opportunities, still do. Just waiting for the right strains. you know, a situation
Yeah.
that I may dibble in that just because of location. You know, I got a house upstate. You know what I mean? So
you talking about do your own growth?
type of thing.
Nice.
But you know, my main thing really is you know, pushing my nonprofit. You know what I mean? Which is Puzzles in the Sky. You know, we spoke about that.
100%.
And you know, with the company with 354, I have a few artists on a roster that I'm working with right now.
Gotcha.
And that's pretty much where my focus is now as a seasoned MC. Like, I've been doing this long enough, so that's kind of where I branch out. And you know, everyone that knows me knows about the whole Bookie thing. And you know, now sports is legalized. You know, we have the podcast Live Dog Sports and stuff like that. So you know,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
something new to me.
Shout out my brother Poobs. You know, Poobs was like our original
producer dude
from D Block. He's like the Phil Jackson for us. You know what I mean? And Poobs is into a lot too. He's writing books. He's writing movies. You know what I mean? But we started this like probably around COVID. You know what I mean? Because you know, nobody could go outside, so we just started going live. And we would, you know, talk about sport. It's so crazy because, like, we started doing this before a lot of the podcasts.
Gotcha.
And we just be looking like, bro, they took our spot, bro. The difference with our podcast is that we catered to just trying to help the viewers that were avid sports junkies and bettors, help them win.
Gotcha.
So we wasn't
charging.
Like, we wasn't saying, oh, you could get these for. We would just say, tip the jar. Send it, and we'll give out free picks all day.
If I give you this parlay and you fuck
and
around
you hit,
and
like, you know what I mean?
I respect it.
So we was doing that before, like, a lot of these people were doing it. So,
all right, man, DraftKings, whatever, you know who y'all are.
Yeah,
you know what
FanDuel,
I mean?
y'all can sponsor Live Dog Sports, man.
Now, y'all on the internet with it? Like, as far as, like, like webcam style?
We just recently, shout out my brother Large another original D Block. Original.
That's another one. Mm-hmm.
He actually got us a space where we have like a dope, actual, real setup with it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
We just, you know, it'd be us running around doing so much. We ain't get the opportunity to really zone in on it. But now, you know, with this upcoming schedule, with the football being back, everything, you're gonna see a lot of it. There's a YouTube channel, Live Dog Sports. So
sports predictions. Is the Knicks taking it next year?
Man, I just had an interview last night. I promise you that we just had the same conversation, and I feel like the East is wide open. Mm-hmm. I can't say they taking it though, because the West is stacked. But I can see them getting back.
Is Denver gonna defeat OKC this year?
That's another one, man. I'm looking out for teams like Houston and Minnesota, like I'm looking like they get
Minnesota
because they met but look what happened.
Houston,
they got that motivation, you know what I mean? But definitely looking at teams like Houston, see what they're gonna do.
What about the Magic?
I mean, I like Pablo Powell.
You know the Wagner brothers, they got injured
last
year. They had a little momentum.
I liked them, but I just feel like the Knicks got that more grit. Like the Knicks could really take the East if they just stand on their business. Is Orlando
top 3? East?
I mean, doing part to the injuries that we got, like throughout the East now. They definitely, I would say, I'm not sure what Joel Embiid's status is right now, because we was just talking about this last night. I think he's still shot. Yeah. So we got to knock Philly out. No Jason Tatum this year. So
this is what I'm at. So we got Cleveland. So Cleveland's still going to be Cleveland.
Yeah. I was so disappointed in Cleveland, though. Because when
After
it mattered,
that season,
when it mattered, it was like, oh, why did y'all go crazy all season to do this?
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
But that's where that experience.
The Pacers lose Turner.
Yeah, and no Hallie this year, so
they out of it.
Yeah, so what? Turner's on Milwaukee.
Turner's on Milwaukee, yeah. I don't know how you keep him all them years. They finally get somewhere, then you let him go. There's no replacement. Crazy. I don't know what the Pacers did.
Crazy, bro.
They knew Halliburton wasn't going to be here. They said this is our window closed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They closed the window on themselves.
They knew it. So it's like, but I
the
definitely.
The Clippers is old, but the Clippers team is crazy.
Yeah, they got the veterans over there, man. Crazy. They looking like, that's what I'm saying. I'm interested in seeing how this West gonna play out.
Yeah.
Because they stacked over there, man.
Clippers is crazy.
They are stacked over there.
That team crazy.
So, and then I heard that, you know, this new Laker ownership made a statement about moving forward without LeBron, like moving forward, looking at the younger pieces. So it's looking like they want to kind of make Luka the kind of center.
100%.
So who knows what LeBron is going to do? You know what I mean?
LeBron to fuck around and join the team that's right on the brink.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think for him it's just, you know, he's already done so much. There's no sense in him going to a team that has to be built up. He definitely wants a
No, there's
contender.
no build-up time.
You need a contender. So
Golden
State don't look bad.
How you got Luka and don't feel like you a contender?
Yeah.
That's a problem for me on the Lakers. Like that, I don't even understand it. They got Ayton, they got
I'm gonna come clean though. Ayton got to prove himself to me, man.
Yeah?
Because Ayton used to be a monster, then he just turned into a bum to me. My opinion, man. That kid is a bum.
Yeah.
He got to go. He got to show us what you gonna do in this situation, because you was looking horrible,
Yeah, listen, I'm a Nets fan. Die Horse's little, all my big brothers,
Okay.
they was Knicks fans. So you know, I'm the youngest of 6 boys. So you know, you be the youngest. My brothers are Giants fans. I'm a Jets fan.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
you
mean?
went down the
Yeah, I'm
way.
like, I'm Knicks fan. I'm a Nets fan. So and then we stay loyal.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We stay loyal.
That's a
So
fact.
my team, they talking about tank mode before the season even starts.
Yeah.
Shit make me sick. We took Porter. We took Porter. Porter crazy. I don't know if he gonna be. They talking about he gonna be the number 1. I don't know if he got the strength in him to be the number 1
yeah.
option. I don't know, but I don't got nothing to say. But I'm a New York fan all in all, so I'm rooting for the Knicks in general.
For sure.
I believe they have a chance.
For sure.
I believe.
I'm
they
not
have a
mad at
chance.
Mike Brown, man. Mike Brown's a good coach, man. So, you know, hopefully they fall in line to the, you know, it's all about coaching, you know, like how, because they got the talent, you know, and it's just like, it's just the coaching. And I think that would be super dope for them. And I could definitely see them definitely back in the Eastern Conference Finals.
The Knicks window, like New York out of
You
control.
see, but you see, we just got a glimmer.
Yeah.
They was
going to burn Manhattan
Dog,
down.
it was
the Knicks
going.
win is over, bro.
Yo,
We
it was
going
wild.
crazy.
Yo, we ain't seen nothing like that in 20, 30 years. Dog, it was crazy.
All right,
Crazy.
look, Snyp, man, it's beautiful talk. We got
Yes,
some
sir.
sports talk here, some
Yes,
traditional hip-hop talk.
Yes, sir.
Let them know where to find you, even though they already know, man. You're a vet out here. You know
Yeah,
what it is.
man. You know, throughout all my social media handles is all Snyp Life D Block. Probably the most that I interact with people on is Instagram at this time. So, you know, Snyp Life D Block on Instagram. Tap in with me. Check my bio. I got my catalog up on my bio. So when you hit my profile and you hit the link, you'll get a chance to see a bunch of dope, cool interviews, videos, and projects. So, just want to plug, following this New York 90's run, I'm gonna start actually dropping singles, which I have 3 right now, for my latest album, which is gonna be the final chapter of my Ingenuity series.
Gotcha.
So I have Ingenuity out, I have Ingenuity Part 2 out, and we looking at top of the year, I'll be dropping Ingenuity Part 3, and that will be the final installment of Ingenuity. So yeah, we just trying to keep working on D-Block projects, the Locks, you know, projects, that's all home team. So I'll just plug it all together, because it's all, you know what I'm saying, one for all for one. You know what I mean? Word.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. MBTV. It's all about growth. Snyp continue growing. We will continue to grow.
Yes,
And we'll
sir.
see y'all soon on your timeline.
Peace.